blockchain mass adoption is coming. Since I won't be able to do a stream tomorrow and on Friday, we're also going to have a little bit of Polkadot and Kusama news. I think there's extraordinary good news for Akala and Karura. And then I don't know if this is really true, but based on the parachains.info, the last parachain auction was won for the amount of $356. I don't know if that's true. We're going to check that out. Anyway, we need to start, and I think it goes a little something like this. I want to welcome you to Crypto Never Sleeps. In case you're new to this channel, you want to stay on top of the crypto world, well then please hit like, smash, and subscribe so that you can be notified every time we upload new videos, so that you can. It's important to me. Protect your wealth, preserve your wealth, and ultimately increase your wealth. My name is Nico Harachi, and I am the host of the littlest crypto channel on the interweb. Let's move on. Gotta go. First things first, right? What a day it was. I mean, obviously, I do know that we had the 75 basis point. We're not going to talk too much about that. But what is extraordinary? And today we need to zoom out and look at the charts. But again, look at this, right? We're looking at the 4 charts here. We're looking at Bitcoin that is now down 1.6%, still above 20,000 though. We got ETH at 1,514, down 3.7%. And then we got Polkadot down 3.8%. And then we got Cardano down 3.8%. Let me just see that. Cardano down 3.8%, DOT down 3.8%, and Ethereum down almost 3.8%. What a coincidence. And when we look, of course, the reason why we always look at these 15-minute charts and we look at them together is because we don't really appreciate technical analysis, at least me, not in the short term. But what it really clearly shows is something is wrong, right? Something is wrong. At least this clearly displays the level of market manipulation, because I don't think that everybody thought exactly at this time after the Fed came out that every investor were first gonna sell and then buy and then sell again. Anyway, this is actually just to show that it's all going crazy, right? Now we got Ethereum at 3.8, and then we got Cardano at 3.9, and DOT at 4. So they go in sync. It's really funny. It is funny. Also, if you look at the volume down, it's always important. Look at the volume. Like prior, there was almost like no volume all across the board, and then all of a sudden spike up. Anyway, we know that. I do want to look at the 1 hour of Bitcoin, and maybe I should put myself here so you know I'm right here in the middle. Maybe not so good in the middle. Put me down here in the corner. Of course, a day like today was interesting, right? I mean, and all I can say is that when it comes to explaining what really happened today in the markets, I mean, I like to say it's market manipulation, and I think it really is. I don't think that there's any fundamental reasoning behind what happened today. But if you want to understand who's making the markets, and if you want to understand the liquidity behind it and the volatility and who is actually controlling the market manipulations, then please have to go to Traders Reality.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a conversation. Mad love and respect to every single one of you.
What I do want to point out with today, and this is the reason why I'm never advising to do leverage trading or short-term trading, because what you saw today, I mean, this is madness, right? So for everyone who was exposed with leverage, they got wiped out. It didn't matter if they went long. It didn't matter if they went short when you look at it. And that is why I actually do believe that Tino at Traders Reality, he's onto something, that when it comes to the market makers providing the liquidity, that they are really manipulating the market. And I think it's a clear sign. What we're going to look at is the long term, the fundamentals, and when we're going to see mass adoption. So I hope none of you were exposed with leverage to short-term trading today, because this is absolutely absurd. Just look at the volume that was there, right? Look at the volume. Let's go in. It's a 4 hour. And you can still see it's a huge spike. Anyway, I want to scale out, and we will continue to what we do, and we look at the at the weekly with the 7-day moving average. And we can see we are still above the 7-day moving average. It's only Wednesday. Let's see. I could imagine that we're going to see a little spike up and then ultimately go below. That's all. I still believe in that. Let's see with Ethereum. We are higher above, but anyway, crazy day. But let's see what happened with the rest of the crypto market. And currently we can, so let's just scroll down. I mean, if you look at it like that, right, it's like nothing happened. 24 hours, Bitcoin down 0.56%. We're around the 1 trillion, right? You wouldn't expect or see this volatility. Binance up, right? Good news when it comes to Twitter, right? I mean, I think that was a strategic move that CC from Binance actually also helped or supported, what's his name? Elon Musk to buy Twitter. So it looks like now we're going to see not only Doge, but also BNB being available on Twitter. So that's why probably that is up. Let's go down. Dogecoin still up 7.7%. Now it's the 8th largest coin in terms of market cap. Now, it's needless to say, when we just last year in 2021 or prior to that, I did say that Doge has the potential to get in the top 10. Now we're there. Does it have the potential to get in the top 3? Perhaps. What else are we looking at? Polkadot. Why don't we just scroll over quickly so we have that behind us? I mean, look at this Polkadot, right? I want to go to parachain.info, and we got these news out of the way. You know that every week there are auctions going on, right? You can go in here and then you can look for the auctions, and let's see what is happening on Kusama. So the current week, we still have 4 days and 6 hours left, but there's only Crab Network. And Crab Network decided to fund themselves, self-funded, and there we got $355. So it seems like if there's no competition this week, that they most likely are going to win, right? Let's see. Maybe it's a mistake. I mean, I really can't imagine that you can win a lease for 1 year on Kusama for $355. So that led me to look what happened last week, and then we were at like 400,000 for 1 year lease. And if for the first lease, Karura, 16 million worth of Kusama tokens was committed. Anyway, let's go back. So we can see maybe next week, the prices for renting or leasing parachains are also going down, but I'm sure they will come up again. Uniswap, automated market maker. You gotta keep that in your ear. Automated market makers is important. It is so important that it looks like the Bank for International Settlements have developed their own automated market maker algorithm. Or perhaps, could it be Uniswap? We will look at that in a bit. That's actually a part of today's news. So what else? Let's just scroll down. Synthetics, if you remember. I mean, all of these are good. I don't want to. Ren up 6%, good. And so we can see the entire market is not correlating as we were seeing the big four. What do we got here? Anyway, I think it's time to say hello to the chat if anybody is here. I hope all 10 of us are here. Here we are. And we need, in the beginning, we need this here. So, thank you for passing by. Iron is here, Iron Brewster. And we got Sarah Hamid. I mean, I know that she's a great supporter of Shahid. Steve, how are you doing? And Dan is here. And let me see how many are watching. We got 30. Well, I mean, wow, that's a record for us. And we only got 17 likes. So please give me a like. I really appreciate it. I don't want to stay the littlest channel for the rest of my life. And also join our Telegram community. Okay, let's see. Mask is on fire, 74% up. And we could let's look at that in the end. I do want to also have some, in the end, we do some Q&A. And also I'll share a little bit about my personal, where I'm going the next few days. So that's it. Let's move on to today's presentation. When will Bitcoin hit 12,000? Well, we spoke about that many, many times. I still believe that this could be happening by December. It's just a prediction. It could also turn around, but let's see. Maybe perhaps after the midterm elections, right? Who knows? But that's not really what we're going to talk about. What we're going to talk about today, yes, it is CBDC regulation. Because the markets are boring. Crypto news, it doesn't matter when we see regarding the protocols, it doesn't matter what kind of news we're seeing. It doesn't really affect the market, right? Either we're just trading sideways or down. And we've been basically doing that for the past 6 months. I can see here also now at the littlest YouTube channel that, nobody really cares. And, even I, when I get up and I have my day, I'm an investor. I invest in crypto, right? But there's so little to do. And I mean, you just feel kind of lost. But that is really not the case. There's so much going on. And all I can say is the future of finance is being built on right in front of our eyes, and it's being built on the blockchain, and it's being built on Ethereum. So I want to congratulate all of you for being here, because we are going to get rich. But remember, it's not advice. So what is happening? Well, remember, you got to go to atlanticcouncil.org to track the CBDC development. But what really happened here today is that Bank of International Settlements, and for those of you who do not know it, but if you follow this channel, you do know it, right? It's the mother of all central banks. So what did they announce today is that along with 4 other central banks from France, Singapore, and Switzerland, they will be embarking on a new initiative dubbed Project Mariana, in its exploration of blockchain technology. So Project Mariana intends to use decentralized finance, or DeFi. I mean, now they're really, for the first time, using this terminology, right? I mean, I always say the managing director, August, he's not as sleepy as he looks. In fact, he's on fire. Anyway, so this includes using DeFi protocols to stimulate the hypothetical exchange of cross-border transactions between the Swiss franc, euro, and Singaporean dollar wholesale central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs. Now, what I always like to do, and I think you know that is, I always like, when they come out with these projects, I like to dig deep and go in and find out on which blockchain and which distributed ledger they're going to use. Now, when it comes to Project Mariana, there's still no information about that. However, from just what was last week, the Bank for International Settlements, they were announcing the successful trial of Project M-Bridge, which is connecting economies through the central bank digital currency. So they did together with 4 central banks, and they said that the multi-CBDC platform trial was a success. And this is important because here we will also go down into the technology, and we will also see that when it comes to the future of finance on the blockchain, that geopolitical tensions don't play a role here. So the BIS and 4 central banks, they will continue to develop a cross-border central bank digital currency platform after a successful trial. So the BIS Innovation Hub in Hong Kong coordinated the trial for the M-Bridge platform. It worked with the central banks. So they were working with the central banks of China, Hong Kong, Thailand, and the United Arab Emirates. And a proof of concept delivering target date of mid-2023 has been set by BIS and working central banks. Remember, I really do believe that 2023 will be the year where we're going to see the turnaround, right? Web 3.0. 2023, implementation of the CBDCs. And remember, in order to achieve mass adoption, we do need the foundation of our monetary system to be based on the blockchain in order to achieve blockchain mass adoption. So here, Project M-Bridge, you can all go to bis.org, right? I mean, their website, and you can get all this information. So here you can just see the roadmap. And why did I want to make, I just need a sip here. There we go. So what we can see from this, map or timeline is that they started already in 2017. In 2017, right? That's 5 years ago. And at that time already with the Hong Kong Monetary Authority, they did the project Lion Rock. Now I'm not going to go through each year, but from 2017 they already started. So they are pretty advanced. They're pretty developed. And now in 2022, the mBridge pilot was successfully conducted using real value transactions. I just think it's interesting that, there were times when everybody were, against China and how they were going to implement the CBDC and it was going to be a controllable currency. Well, it's going to be the same all over the world. And they make no difference. The Bank for International Settlements makes no difference, right? There's no political tensions there. They just need to get those coins rolling. But what I want to get at, so that you understand where to invest, right? But you already know it, right? The future of finance is built on front of our eyes. It's being built on the blockchain. It's being built on Ethereum. So I took this out from the PDF, from the project specifications. And this is, you can go in and you can all read it on BIS, but I just took this little part out. So individual experimentations with CBDCs by the Hong Kong and all these central banks date back several years ago, right? But now the mBridge is in its third phase of cross-border multi-CBDC project that began in 2019. Let's just go down here to the end because that is what really is important. First, they tried in 2019 and they made an experiment on Quarter. This was, however, followed by Ethereum Lion Rock Phase 2 in 2020, during which a prototype built on Hyperledger Besu was developed, and that's all you need to know, because Hyperledger Besu is Ethereum. Hyperledger Besu is a client of Ethereum. That's how that goes. So that means that the infrastructure of the central bank digital currency is going to be on Ethereum. I've always said that. I always just try to, keep hammering the message, because that leads us to knowing that we need to, we know where to invest, right? Quality over quantity. We need to first get into the DeFi coins. And now when we go back here, I actually wanted to, when we go back to Project Mariana, when they're talking about that they're going to use automated market makers. Now, they're not saying which ones, right? But that probably some of the big DeFi platforms like Aave, like Compound, like Maker, most likely are going to play a role. Who knows? I don't know shit about crypto anyway. Well, now let's get down to some other mass adoption news. And let's move on to MoneyGram. You see, MoneyGram is just another big, old-fashioned, traditional company that is migrating onto the blockchain. So they will debut with crypto purchases on mobile app, right? The purchase will be enabled through MoneyGram's existing partnership with crypto exchange CoinMe. Payments firm MoneyGram has added a service, blah, blah, blah. The company expects to expand those cryptocurrency selections over the coming year, pending global regulation. I mean, this is also something, right? Again, we are seeing, it's not that we are seeing a new protocol launch and, the Pizza Hut around the corner, are going to accept Bitcoin. No, we are talking about huge global cross-border enterprises. Every day we are seeing these news. So at some point, this will reflect in the price of the overall market. Let's move on. More news here. Crypto regulation will be a priority for G20 under India presidency. So the G20 is, it's a forum made up of 19 economies and the European Union. Anyway, so India is set to take over the presidency starting in December. And they have hinted that crypto regulation will be a priority during the country's year-long presidency of the G20. I mean, again, right? I mean, what more do we need? So what they want to do is to identify consensus-based solutions for accelerating the scale and scope of the response of the global community to many transboundary challenges, such as regulation of virtual assets. And it goes without saying that all coins, all protocols won't be integrated or won't, kind of be accepted in the world of the new regulation related to the CBDCs. They won't be worth shit, just so you know. That's why quality over quantity. Furthermore, we got a race in Asia between Hong Kong and Singapore to become the financial center when it comes to crypto regulations. Let's see. And don't forget, right? Hong Kong used to be an independent, under British rule, and now it's on it. So Hong Kong is very much China. I think we should not underestimate that. Anyway, so they're competing. It's, what can we say? There's not so much else to say that cryptocurrency regulation is coming. Blockchain mass adoption is coming. 2023, I've always said I believe that is the year where we're going to see a turnaround. Last piece of news of today, a little bit. We got to talk a little bit about geopolitical news today. It's not so much, but it doesn't look good what's going on. And this could have an impact on everything. And that is that Russia has now accused the UK of directing and coordinating the Nord Stream blasts. This is not good, right? So they're accusing naval specialists of involvement in the attacks of the Nord Stream pipelines. And furthermore, what they have said is that such actions, they cannot be put aside, definitely cannot be left like this. And yeah, not good, right? This doesn't sound like love and peace talks, right? Anyway, that's it from me. So let's go see any questions, and maybe we can go through a few points. Here we are. I do try to be a little bit quicker and a little bit more specific. And what do you say, Crypto Charlie and Derek Boyle? I am so happy you passing by. And Blockchain Bully, good afternoon. Well, where I am here, in Ukraine, it is 1:45 in the morning. And by the way, I'm just gonna play something funny. Do you guys know the Jimmy Dore show? The Jimmy Dore show? I think it's good. You should watch that once in a while. And this is what he has to say. It's only 20 seconds, but I think it's kind of funny. Hope you can hear it. Let me know.
0-hour contracts is like you don't get a schedule. You don't get you are should be given over to private hands. Water, power, everything. So there you go. There's your.
He's one of the few channels that is actually, speaking his mind. And I love the way he says, congratulations, you dumb fucks. Anyway, this war in Ukraine and what it is turning out to, and, I am here. It looks like it is becoming the center of a proxy, let's say, geopolitical problem. And let's hope it's gonna, get more quiet. I'm up late, Blockchain Pool. I'm always up late. I mean, I always do this stream, or when I do the stream, is the last thing I do in the day. That's why Bahama Mama is always, in the right hand, because after it's going to bed. I will not be, streaming. I do know that I don't stream so every day. I will not be streaming until next Tuesday. I'll be traveling. Unless there's going to be something, out of the ordinary. But as we've seen the last 6 months, the sideways business, still expecting another spike up and then a spike down. And I still think that also probably, I don't really think in the bigger picture that midterm elections mean anything, but perhaps they do. So I think we need to wait for that. Also, what I wanted to let you guys know is that, I sure can tell you that it is hard running this channel also when the views just go down and crypto is not even fucking, excuse my language, moving, right? I sure look forward to good times, but we won't quit. I won't quit, and I'm sure you won't quit. I thank you for being here. I really truly do. And yeah, I hope to see you next week.